Okay, so for spring 2022, a new season of anime. It's so exciting. I've watched a lot of these early episodes so far, letting you know which ones are cool, which ones are worth checking out, if the hype is worth it, if the memes are good. And then, yeah, a lot of big name shows. Overall, yeah, we got the Rising of Shield Hero season 2 out here. Spy Family, amazing, cool manga that's like adapted. We got another season of Kaguya, Komi-san season 2, more continuations. More slice of life, romance shows, isekais, fantasies. Yeah, overall, I'll give you my first impressions, which ones are cool, which ones might be slept on, and yeah, which ones are overrated. So, yeah, excited to review another season of anime. Let's get into it. Let's start off with Spy Family, episodes 1 to 2. So yeah, I've read this whole manga. It's really cute, really popular, and the animation quality is really high. Made by Cloverworks. They're like adding a lot of details. The OP is like really cool. There's a lot of nice voice acting. And then yeah, Anya's really cute. So yeah, what happens in these beginning episodes? Well, first we see our main character, he's the spy, Mr. Lloyd Forger. He lives his life kind of undercover, wearing various disguises, living a lot of fake lives just to like kind of save the world, try to like kill all these like kind of evil people. And then yeah, he's working on the spy organization. He's really cool, really adept. He's good at fighting. And then now he's on his most important mission. It's for world peace. So he kind of has to infiltrate a school and talk to the father of one of the children. In order to do that, he needs to start a family. So yeah, he needs a daughter and he needs a wife. So yeah, it's a pretty hard life for him. Where's he gonna just like find a daughter out of nowhere who's smart enough to get into like this prestigious school? So he goes to like this shady orphanage. There he finds Anya, pink-haired little gremlin girl, really cute, really kind of aloof, airheaded. But what's funny is she got telekinesis. And she kind of uses her mind-reading powers to kind of like convince him to, yeah, adopt her. And then yeah, she's really cute. And then she's our main character, kind of driving everything. So yeah, Anya's really bored, so it's kind of like an exciting life for her. We see like she might have been experimented on, so that's where she got this like mind control powers, and now she finally like gets a real family. So yeah, she's finally adopted, and now she has to study, get into the entrance exams, go to school. And then yeah, first episode, it's pretty hard, but she makes it. They also do like a lot of cute spy things, a lot of cute family things. And yeah, episode 2, we finally meet the mom, so the pacing's really good. We meet the father episode 1, and then now we got the mother, so the whole family's like reunited again. Yeah, the mom is Yor Breyer, and she's an assassin, but she's kind of like shady, where she's like a single woman, so she doesn't want to be seen as suspicious. So like all her coworkers are giving her shit for being single, and then she's like, "Oh, I have a boyfriend. I'll bring him to our party the next time." So this is a lie. So she's just looking for a man somewhere. She finds Lloyd Forger at the tailor. They kind of hit it off. They have really good chemistry. And Anya's just there. She can read minds, so she just like instantly kind of matches them together. And now Anya has a mother and a father. Very cute. We end the episode there. Very cool second episode because they're like kind of keeping their other lives a secret from each other, but then they decide to get married in this huge action scene. So first 2 episodes, we're out here, just like everything's established, the family is created, and I guess we're gonna go on a lot of like crazy adventures, do a lot of like combination of slice of life family things, mixed with just like spies and action. So yeah, pretty solid. One of the bigger shows this season. Probably gonna be a banger. And my only problem with this anime is just like waiting so long for each episode. I just want to binge the whole thing already. But yeah, Spy Family is amazing. And I think we'll talk about another highly memed show this season, Aharen-san Wakaranai. So our main character, Aharen-san, she's like this little cute girl. She's in high school. And then the title is kind of the anime. She's like a little like inept with people. Like she kind of like is really close to people. But then kind of backfires on her like when she was younger. So she just kind of like isolates herself because she doesn't want to be seen as like stalkerish or weird. So and she's just like this quiet girl sitting in the corner. And then we get our main character. He's this really tall guy, Raido. And then, yeah, he's a pretty solid main character. I really like him. And then there's nothing wrong with him, but he wants to kind of be more social in his high school life. So in the first day, to kind of introduce each other. And then Aharen-san, like, she kind of ignores Raido. But then we see that she's actually trying to talk to him. She just, like, whispers really quietly. So Raido cannot hear her in the first few, like, days they meet each other. So he thinks she's ignoring him. But then actually she just wants to, like, get to know him. And then, yeah, they get close. And then it's basically kind of a romance between them. It's really cute, really solid. They share food and lunch. But yeah, she doesn't really know boundaries too much. So she doesn't know, like, oh, should I get close? Should I get attached? Or should I stay isolated? So it's like a really solid comedy romance show. I saw from all the memes, I thought, like, this show would be overrated. But after watching it, it's, like, really funny, really cool. Very solid few episodes so far. Just go hang out, eat lunch. There's, like, the stalker girl following them. So yeah, there's definitely going to be a lot of cool slice of life things happening in this anime. And now let's talk about The Rising of Shield Hero Season 2. Wow, so cool. So, yeah, I've seen the first 2 episodes so far. It's pretty solid. I love Shield Hero Season 1. It was like one of my favorite isekais. At least the first few episodes, like the first 5 or 6, I thought were like, really solid, just like emotionally strong. And it kind of like pushed me to watching the whole season. And then, yeah, I love the season. It's, like after the first few episodes, just like the common complaints are there, it's isekai trash. There's just like a lot of like waifus and fantasy for no reason. A lot of stuff doesn't make sense, but yeah, I still like it. Season 2, nothing really special is happening. There's like a new kind of like villain, which is like this giant like turtle spirit. And then the turtle's kind of rampaging and about to like destroy everyone. So yeah, the shield hero and all the other heroes have to stop it. But only Naofumi, our main character, he can like he's the only one who's actually trying to be a hero. The other ones are just like doing their own thing. They're like, oh, why should I help you? Like, I don't care. I'm only here for the waves. So yeah, that's where that goes. All the other heroes, all the other characters are pretty infuriating. But yeah, Raphtalia's out here. She's cool. One of my favorites. We see the queen, she's here. I think the main thing here, we see like a new girl has joined the party, the green-haired girl Rishia that we saw last season. She kind of wants to be part of the bow heroes party, but he kicked her out for being weak. So she joins Naofumi's party, but she's really like attached to the bow hero. So yeah, Naofumi's like, okay, I'll help you become stronger. And then Raphtalia's like, yo, why don't you become a slave? And then you'll get like Naofumi's power inserted inside of you. So she kind of like gets the slave symbol drawn on her. This is kind of like the new revamped symbol that's just there for like power sharing. It doesn't really make you a slave, so I thought that was like funny. Raphtalia's like, yo, let's just become a slave. Yeah, the isekai goes on. Oh yeah, she also has like this funny penguin suit, which I thought was funny. But yeah, a lot of like solid action so far. Animation isn't really anything special, but the music is like really cool. So yeah, I like the Shield Hero music. It's very solid. And then yeah, I'm excited to finish up the story. Season 2, there's gonna be also a season 3 in the future. So yeah, more Shield Hero. Watch it if you're interested. One of the more solid isekais. Alright, what else we got? I guess we'll talk about Kaguya Season 3. Kaguya-sama, Ultra Romantic. So yeah, nothing much to say. We got introduced to a new character in Season 2, which is Ino. But yeah, besides that, pretty much the same things are happening. Kaguya and Miyuki, they're really close, but, they don't really pull the trigger anytime soon. Maybe in the finale of the season, we'll get something. But yeah, Chico's there. Yo, more Chico. I'm down, bro. She's simultaneously the best girl and the worst girl. Ino is there. We see her and Ishigami actually have some chemistry together, so yeah, but we'll see more things. We see Hayasako's also there, so she's also really cute. And then yeah, the comedy is solid as ever. The quality's still there. OP's a banger again. So yeah, more Kaguya. Nothing much to say here, just like, solid. Alright, and now for Summertime Render. So you want a cool spooky murder mystery? Well, here you go. I wasn't really expecting like a horror show, some like supernatural kind of like mystery thing, but like damn, this one's pretty good. It's pretty spooky. I love the environment they were setting up. The setting was nice. The characters were good, and then yeah, just like the concept was pretty solid. So yeah, the story goes with this dude, our main character Shinpei, kind of like traveling to his hometown in an island, and there's only like 700 people in the island, so it's kind of like a small town type of vibe, where like everyone kind of knows each other. There's like, a lot of like family businesses. There's only like one police officer. So yeah, right there, you just like know like stuff is going to be spooky. There's also going to be 25 episodes for this, so it's going to be like a 2-core, which is pretty huge. But yeah, our main character Shinpei is going home from Tokyo. And then the reason he's like traveling to this island is because someone died. His stepsister died. So yeah, her name is Ushio. So it's pretty sad. So he goes to the funeral with this like family and friends. So we see that Ushio, she was like drowning, and then she kind of drowned to rescue this little girl. So that's the reason. But there might be some like kind of shady circumstances, because there was like some bruising on her neck that only like a few people know about. So his friend, who's like a son of like the police officer, he kind of like tells him all the details. So yeah, there we go. There's our mystery. Was this girl murdered, or was she not murdered? So we learn about our main character Shinpei's background and family. So apparently he's like an orphan. And then he has like 2 stepsisters who are also orphans, and I guess they're all adopted. So there's Ushio, and then there's Mio, who's like this tan girl who's also like helping the main character. So then Shinpei is like a little concerned. He's like, okay, now that there's like these suspicious circumstances, what are we gonna do? So he talks to Mio one day. She kind of like tells him about like what actually happened, because she was with her. And then Ushio was trying to rescue the little girl from drowning. The thing is, they saw like there was like a copycat of her. There was like a body double that they saw for like a few seconds. And then yeah, that's where the whole like thing comes around. There's like shapeshifters out here. And then we kind of get like some background from this like white bearded guy with an eye patch, and he's like, "Oh, you're talking about the shadow sickness, where there's like this evil shadow figure that'll like copy bodies and it's out here murdering people. So that's like our main villain, the Shadow Man. So then it's pretty spooky, but there's like no evidence so far, so it's just like speculation. And then Shinpei and Mia are just living their lives. But then they go to a shrine the next day to try to like I guess get some like more information. And in the shrine they kind of see stuff in like the forest in the back. They see like this girl with glasses. She's kind of like this detective lady, I think, because we saw her on the boat earlier with the Shinpei traveling. So she seems like the kind of third party outsider that's investigating like the supernatural shit happening. But apparently she got shot in the stomach. She's bleeding. Shinpei and Mia are like a little concerned. And then while Shinpei's trying to like talk to her, Mio shoots her in the head. So apparently Mio already got infected by like this shadow sickness. And like she literally shoots the detective girl in the head, blows her head off, and then shoots Shinpei in the head with the revolver. So holy shit, we end the episode there, just like big pop off. Basically our whole main cast has died. And I guess this is the bad end, but this is like Higurashi out here, where we're in a time loop. So Shinpei wakes up on the boat. So he didn't even arrive at the island yet. And we're just like repeating this, I guess. So maybe next episode we'll get some more kind of information, more details. But yeah, over here we get this murder mystery, kind of cool characters. I really like the setting and like the atmosphere. It just feels really nice. So this is a solid anime this season. Really recommended. Summertime Render. Very spooky. Okay, another cool anime. Love After World Domination. So this is kind of like a solid romance show, typical. There's some twists and turns, there's some cute moments, there's some hot waifus. So yeah, here we go. It's kind of like featuring Power Rangers, heroes and villains. So there's like the kind of hero faction and the villain faction. They all like fight all the time. But then like one day, the Red Ranger, his name is Fudo, he meets the blonde girl Desumi, who's kind of like this like mass villain who has like a whip. And then he kind of falls in love with her. He doesn't want to fight her. So he kind of asks her on a date randomly one day, and then she's like, "Oh, don't make fun of me. Why are you mocking me?" And then she starts beating him up. But then no, he's serious. So they actually start going out. So yeah, they're in a relationship, although it's like really slow. They haven't even held hands yet until like recently. So then yeah, the whole concept is that they have to keep their relationship secret. So it's like Romeo and Juliet type of thing. And then it's really cute seeing them try to fight, like pretending to fight in front of the public while they're just hiding their relationship. So yeah, that's where it is. Love After World Domination. Pretty cute show. Alright, let's quickly talk about some new shows. Okay, Yuusha Yamemasu, I'm quitting heroing. So I thought this was funny. This is a pretty solid, like, kind of isekai fantasy story, I guess. So yeah, I like the main character. He's kind of like a standard hero. And then in this world, he's really strong, and he defeated the Demon Lord. The thing is, like, people were kind of scared at how strong he was. So no matter what he did, every, like, kind of heroic action he did, like, people were just, like, scared of him. He was just, like, destroying property and stuff. So he never got thanks, and people are scared at how powerful he is. What if he turns on us? So they kind of isolate him, so they kind of do the thing that you shouldn't do. Because then he kind of betrays them, and he goes to work with the Demon Lords. So yeah, the Demon Lord that he defeated, she's kind of like this cute pink-haired girl, Echidna. So yeah, another girl named Echidna. Judging by ReZero, she's definitely going to be the best girl of this season. But yeah, when he like posts up on a job interview, she kind of just like blasts him away with fire because yeah, of course he's like the hero. She's not going to trust him. So he kind of goes undercover. So he kind of like sneaks around undercover and confides with her generals. And they also like have no problem with him. They kind of like him, so he kind of works with them. But he has a 1-month probation period. So over here, he kind of has to work hard or else he'll get fired. So it's pretty funny, pretty kind of like realistic type of situation. And yeah, I like it. So like the demon army, they kind of have like a lot of problems. A lot of people are being overworked. Their army is like in shambles. There's a lot of like financial problems and ruins. So yeah, they got to fix a lot of things. I remember last season, there was also kind of a similar vibe where there was like the Genius Princess Guide to Raising a Nation Out of Debt. So yeah, these kind of trends of shows that are just like fantasy of like exploring like the financial and business side of things. I thought that was like funny, like the government side. So yeah, we got our main character, Leo Demonheart. He's like pretty cool, pretty solid, and then he knows how to like use his magic and stuff to kind of like fix a lot of problems. So yeah, I like it so far. Very solid concept, and yeah, pretty funny. All right, now we got another wholesome romance show. Shikimori is not just a cutie. So yeah, honestly, this anime kind of sucks. I won't say it sucks, but it's like, okay, who cares? But yeah, it's a romance show. We got this pink-haired girl, and then the main character, his name is Yu. So yeah, the pink-haired girl is Shikimori, and yeah, she's really cute. You can tell by the title. But the thing is, she's not just like cute, where she's actually really capable, really strong, kind of like she has like a lot of protagonist energy, like really perfect. So yeah, her boyfriend, Yu, he kind of like is cursed, so just like stuff happens to him, like accidents, like he just falls, gets hit by cars, papers fly at him, just like he gets hit by garbage randomly. Really unlucky. So then Shikimori's just like out here protecting him. So yeah, that's like pretty much the concept. It's like, oh yeah, this girl is really cool. She's not cute, she's cool. And then you kind of likes the cool side of her instead of the cute side of her. So yeah, nothing really too deep about this show. We got like the solid kind of concept. We got two characters already together, and then there's like this whole cast of background characters supporting them. So there's definitely some promise here. It's really popular, but it does seem like just like another romance show. So, but yeah, anyway, another one. We got Date A Live season 4. I'll quickly talk about this. I didn't really watch this, but because I'm like halfway into season 2, bro. Like, what is happening? But yeah, I mean, I guess our protagonist Shido is like doing things. His harem is there. I think there's like that girl with the red and yellow eyes. She's out here too, Kurumi. So there's probably gonna be a lot of girls fighting, a lot of like pop-offs, explosions, and also a lot of cool slice of life romance things. So yeah, Date A Live season 4, it's out here. I really got to catch up with it, but we got harems, we got mechas, we got slice of lives, we got comedy. You know what's not to like? Okay, we got a new Squid Game. A new Squid Game just dropped. Tomodachi Game, a new like kind of survival anime. So I didn't really like this one. I thought the first episode had promise, but then after watching the second episode, I'm like, it's kind of repetitive. So yeah, it kind of follows this group of 5 characters who are friends, and then they're like, oh, we'll always be friends forever, blah blah blah. But then one day during their class trip, someone actually stole the money for the class trip. It was like 2 million yen or something. So then everyone's like, oh shit, now we can't go on the trip, and it's so sad. So then we don't know who stole it, but then the thing is, the 5 people, they kind of like converge after school somewhere. And then, it's like no one's really sus of each other, but yeah, it's just like really weird. And then they kind of get knocked out and kidnapped. And yeah, they get transported into the testing room. So yeah, they play the Tomodachi game, where it's like they're all in debt. So each person is like 4 million yen in debt right now. So yeah, that kind of sucks. But I guess they're friends, so that's why they're convinced to stay. Like, I wouldn't do that, bro. I just run away. But yeah, it's the games they play here aren't really that amazing. Nothing really like kind of makes you think or stand out. And there's not really like kind of death or violence involved. It's just like really money and like kind of backstabbing each other, like name calling and like keeping secrets. So yeah, that's there. Our main character's name is Yuichi. He's just like, a standard black-haired character. We kind of see he has 2 sides. Where his mom says, "Oh, friends are the most important thing in life," and I think we see his dad saying, "No, money is the most important thing." So it's like, yeah, we can see his like that's his whole character. It's like friends or money, which one should I prefer? And we also see 2 of the girls in his friend group that actually kind of both like him. So yeah, there's also like kind of like backstabbing going on there too because of romance. And then we see like the game masters. It's like this pink-haired girl and this black-haired girl. They actually like run in everything. So I guess they're selling this footage. But yeah, I don't really like the show. Like, none of the characters I really care about. Pretty generic. So yeah, I thought the first episode was interesting, but after watching it through the second episode, I'm like, I don't like it that much anymore. So I guess the one cool thing is that like, oh, you don't know who actually like stole the money. So I guess like that's pretty interesting. It could be anyone. These dudes could be liars for all we know. All right, what else we got? Oh, okay, there's ya boy Koumei. It's kind of a cool show because it's involving a reverse isekai situation, so I thought I liked that. Our main character's name is Koumei, or it's like Kong Ming, it's spelled. So yeah, our dude Koumei, he's kind of like a general. He's really smart and powerful, but his kingdom is like kind of going through war and stuff, so he just like dies. And then he kind of wishes to be resurrected in like a peaceful world. So yeah, his wish comes true because on Halloween, he just wakes up in an alleyway in like the middle of Japan. There's like this big Halloween party happening, and then it's like he's out here. He's kind of wearing his general robe, so he fits in as like a Halloween character. And he kind of like makes his way into like this EDM club, and he kind of meets like the bartender girl there. And she's actually a singer, so he like really likes her voice. She's kind of pursuing her dream, but no one's like giving her a chance. So he's like, all right, what if I work with you? So then, yeah, he kind of gets drunk and falls in an alley, but then she kind of like finds him. So she kind of takes a chance on him. The dude gets kind of lucky because like he actually gets like a place to live and a job in his first day in the isekai world. So yeah, that's like a cool thing in these reverse isekais with like the main character. They can either do two things: one, be really successful and smart, or two, just like work minimum wage jobs and suffer. So yeah, he's doing like the successful and smart things. So yeah, he's really good at like strategizing things. So he kind of wants her to be successful, I guess, to find like world peace or whatever. So our main character Koumei and the main girl Aiko, they kind of like work together. He works at the club with her, and then they kind of try to promote her. So yeah, the first few episodes so far, I think there's 3. We see Aiko just like practicing singing. We see Koumei like supporting her, do some creative things to get her famous, attend some events. Aiko just like keeps getting more popular and more successful. So I'm really excited about this show. I kind of just like checked it out on a whim, and I'm like, yeah, it's really good. All right, and now we got Trapped in a Dating Sim. Otome Game Sekai wa Mabni Kibishii Sekai desu. So we see our main character. His name is who cares what his name is? So, he kind of like plays this dating sim game because his sister wants him to like complete the whole harem route. So then, yeah, he kind of like hates playing the game, but yeah, he has to do it for his sister. So he kind of like plays it no life sit for the whole weekend, like 2 or 3 days in a row. And then he finally beats it. He gets the whole 100% completion route. And then, yeah, he gets a little hungry, so he goes outside. The thing is, like, he kind of like gets a little dizzy and he falls down the stairs and he dies. So instantly gets isekai'd into the world of the Otome game that he hates. So in this world, yeah, it's like kind of ruled by women. So like the men have like less power, and the men are kind of like forced to be married off. So yeah, that's where it is. So then he's like, okay, I gotta go to the good school. I gotta do things. So he's using his knowledge. He like finds a lot of treasure in the first episode, so he doesn't like have to get married off. And then he attends like the school where all the Otome game characters are. So it's like really weird. There's just like a lot of kind of like random action and like story world building that doesn't really matter. Pretty wild show. But yeah, a lot of characters are generic and don't really matter, but it's like kind of done like that on purpose because they're trying to mimic the kind of video game world. The main thing here that's happening though is that like our main character is kind of like a background character. It's like I'm just gonna chill, take it easy. I'll just like find a wife randomly maybe. And the thing is, he kind of like gets close to the main character of the actual story, which is Olivia. So he sees she's getting bullied, so he kind of like helps her, and then they become like really close. And a really like kind of weird thing, I guess the mystery is that there's like this other girl. She's kind of like this short blonde haired girl, and like she turns into the main character of the story. So she kind of replaces Olivia in like Olivia's positions. So it's kind of weird. She's kind of like the imposter. So I guess that's where the story goes. It's like we're kind of investigating like this evil main character girl. Yeah, it's kind of like a weird anime because there's like a lot of stuff going on. So yeah, I might watch it, I might not, because like the concept is like whatever, pretty degenerate. So yeah, it's over here, reincarnated in a dating sim. You know, what do you expect? Oh yeah, now we have Machikado Mazoku Season 2, or The Demon Girl Next Door Season 2. One of my favorite animes. I love Season 1, it was so solid. Season 2 is so good. I just like love these characters, love the Yuri situation, love the comedy. So over here, it's mainly about our main girl. She's like a demon girl, Shamiko. And then there's like a lot of magical girls out here. There's Momo, and then this orange girl Mikan. And then they kind of like do things like Shamiko's bloodline is kind of cursed, and they're forced to kind of like live in poverty. So then she's trying to break the curse, like do things, kind of save her dad. So there's like a lot of stuff going on, like a lot of like serious things in the story, but yeah, a lot of like comedic moments as well. So the main thing that happens in the first few episodes is that like we see the 2 magical girls. They kind of move in next to Shamiko in her apartment. So she actually has 2 neighbors that are magical girls, and then they hang out a lot. I think she gets like this magic fork as her like new weapon. So I think everything's done really well. It's very well timed, and yeah, very solid. All right, another anime, Deaimon. This is a very cute show. I really like this, and I don't really see a lot of people talking about it, but yeah, very solid. Overall, it's kind of like a father-daughter type of story. It starts with this girl, Itsuko. She's kind of like the short young girl that's working in this restaurant. And then she kind of like goes to a station like every day randomly to like look for her dad. So that she finds this dude and she like kind of calls him Papa. But then he's actually not her dad, so she kind of runs away embarrassed. And then that dude's actually kind of like the grandson of like the people that run the Japanese sweet shop. We realized that Itsuko, she's actually like an orphan. Her dad abandoned her. So she has huge daddy issues. The owners of the sweet shop, they took her in. And then she's like really responsible, really hard-headed, really tough, really hardworking. And then Nagamu is kind of like running the sweet shop now. He's kind of like a failed musician. He plays the guitar, and then we see that he's like really like responsible and smart actually. So he kind of like helps the little girl. Yeah, Deaimon, pretty solid like feel good anime. All right, next we got Birdie Wing, golf girl story. So it's pretty interesting. We got cute girls playing golf. Yeah, I'm super down. Just like, sports anime, golf, like hot girls. I love the concept. So yeah, it starts off with like our main character Eve and then this other girl Aoi who are playing golf for their own reasons. So Eve plays it just like for money. She's never really putting her name out there or like doing it for competition. She's just doing it for a means of money. And then yeah, she like lives in poverty and everything. So yeah, that's there. And then Aoi is living on the other side of the coin. She's like really rich, really successful, and she's so good at golf that like every time she plays, she kind of like is like a tyrant. People are just like deflated by playing against her. She's just like so good, so dominant. And she has like the bloodline, so it kind of follows two sides. It's like there's the poor family and the rich family, and they both play golf for their own reasons. But then they meet each other one day. In the second episode, they kind of like square off and play golf against each other. So yeah, we got a story. I don't know where it's going, but it's probably like these two girls are probably going to be like close friends. And they're probably going to learn a lot from each other. And then yeah, golf is really serious for both of them. So yeah, there's probably going to be a lot going on in this anime, actually. Besides golf, there's like kind of like Yuri themes. There's going to be like kind of inequality, like the poverty between like each of the classes. So I wonder how things are going to play out. Also, we got Healer Girl. Pretty cute anime, actually. I thought the concept was kind of cringe, but yeah, what can you do? It's pretty much about this girl, or like a bunch of girls that are like healing, or they're called healers, where they sing. And then when they sing, they kind of like heal your wounds. So if you have broken bones or cuts or something, or you're sick, the singing kind of like helps you. So in this universe, you don't need vaccines when you have the power of music. But no, not really, because like they kind of work in conjunction with like real doctors. And then yeah, in this universe, kind of like the musical style of medicine is actually like a valid treatment technique. So yeah, we follow like these girls. They're like pretty cute, pretty solid. They have like multicolored hair that you see in like kind of video game character creation. And our main girl Fuji, she's kind of like an apprentice healer. She works with like a bunch of other cute girls wearing like these white robes healing people. The thing is, they're apprentices, so they can't really treat strangers. They need licenses to be professional. So they use like, standard breathing techniques. That's like what they're doing to train. It's like hamon. So yeah, just like you have to practice the pitch of your voice to like treat different type of people. Like I remember in the second episode, it was like this pregnant girl. So once you're treating like a pregnant woman, you have to actually take care of the baby as well as the actual woman at the same time. So like the healing technique is a little different. But we see our main girl, she kind of has like an image. So when she's singing, there's like actual like magical fairies that sprout around. So yeah, that's like her secret power. Yeah, overall the anime is really cute, so I have nothing against it. But yeah, if those anti-vaxxers see this anime, this world is gonna be even more fucked up. All right, what else? We got Skeleton Knight in Another World, Gaikotsu Kishi-sama. So it's another isekai. It's pretty funny, but like also pretty generic. So I don't really like it that much. But I mean, the main character is cool because he's just a skeleton. Doing things. So he's just like a skeleton man with like this big armor. So and there's like a lot of cute characters. He kind of like meets up with this elf girl and they like go on adventures. So yeah, not that much to talk about here. Just like, okay, skeleton man isekai. Also, we got a funny romance show, season 2 of it. So science fell in love, so I try to prove it. Reminds me of Kaguya again. But yeah, I just love the concept's like really funny. This is the second season, so if you've never really heard of this anime, maybe watch the first season. It's definitely pretty solid. So it's like a good romance show featuring like scientists or actually like grad students. And then they kind of like, there's like a lot of romance, a lot of horniness. But it follows our two main characters, Ayame and Shinya, who kind of like fell in love with each other. Yeah, last season they kind of like kissed and everything to confirm it, but they're just researching the concept of love. What is love? Do we really love each other? So yeah, this whole anime just like follows their research on love. What love really is, what are these pheromones, what are these chemicals? Does it really prove that love is like a real thing? So it's like pretty funny. We see them like getting close, kissing each other, holding each other. But yeah, I'm pretty solid. We see a lot of like other background characters also like getting close to each other. So yeah, I mean, horny scientists, what's not to like? We also got Dawn of the Witch, episodes 1 to 2 so far. This anime is okay. I don't really like it. I thought I'd like it because, fantasy show about witches. I thought that would be cool. But no, it's like pretty generic. The main character is kind of like a self-insert dude. Like, oh, he's not that good at magic. So the kind of headmaster of their school, she kind of like makes him go on a journey with like these other kind of like hot girls in his party. So he kind of hangs out with a bunch of waifus, and then there's also this like kind of lizard man in his party. And then yeah, his mission so far is to kind of like stop the anti-magic people, because there's like actual like there was actual war between witches and the church, but then the war kind of stopped. But then the thing is, there's like still like hostile tension, so he's trying to like solve that. So yeah, that's his goal. But like it's like standard generic fantasy, I thought, so I didn't really think anything was special. One of the girls, Holt, she's like pretty hot, like kind of like tanned, red haired, big titties, with thick thighs. So that's all I kind of got out of these first two episodes. Besides that, the story was nothing special. So yeah, Dawn of the Witch, I didn't really like it that much, but it's out here. Alright, what else? We got Build Divide Code White. Season 2 of Build Divide, which is a card game anime. I actually like Cold Black, which was the first season, and now we got White instead of Black. So yeah, I thought White was the first few episodes were like whatever. Yeah, I'm not really asking for a second season. I don't really care about this world or this like card game mechanic anyway. But it kind of follows like the former king. So they kind of like live in a world where like, you know, their value is determined by their skill at card games. And then there's a king. Once you meet the king and you beat him, you get a wish. So yeah, that's the whole concept. So yeah, a second season of it if you're interested in card game shows. Also, we got Kono Healer Mendokusai. So this follows this kind of white-haired elf girl who's like a healer, who's like really annoying. So I guess we'll like follow her. It's like kind of like a fantasy adventure show. But damn, bro, is it so generic. Also, another random show, Black Rock Shooter Dawnfall. A pretty edgy title, but the show isn't that good. It's like it's just like full CGI. But that's not really the problem. It's kind of like an apocalyptic world where there's like drones that are taking over the humans. So yeah, everyone's like running away. A lot of like fighting and war. So our main character, she's like the Black Rock Shooter. It's kind of like vaguely underage. She's like dressed in like this bikini. And she kind of like rides a motorcycle. She kind of like has a gun and kind of like protects people from like these evil robots. So the concept was like pretty, you know, high action, high octane, but overall I didn't really like it that much. Also, we got the second season of Komi-san. It's finally out here. It's like kind of like a delayed season. So we got the first season, now we got the second one here. So like Komi and the squad hanging out, getting more friends. We see that she didn't really make too much progress because she needs 100 friends. She only has like about 20. So she's like getting a bit stronger, getting more confident, but he's still like the same as ever. So I think we meet a new character really quickly. His name is Tate, who's like kind of like a shy dude, but he's also like really big and tough. So then he kind of respects Komi, and then Tadano also becomes his friend. So yeah, I guess we meet one new character so far. But yeah, the anime's pretty cute. So yeah, Komi-san season 2. I don't really care about Komi-san too much, but yeah, it's a pretty solid slice of life. I've definitely got to watch it. Oh, we also got The Greatest Demon Lord is reborn as a typical nobody. It's like an action fantasy show. Another type of isekai. So the concept is that there's like this dude who's like really strong, but then he hates how strong he is. So he's like, okay, I'm gonna reincarnate and I'm gonna change my stats so I'm a little weaker. The thing is, he's still overpowered, so he didn't change the stats enough. Or he's not overpowered, everyone in this world is weak. In the first episode, he kind of like saves this like elf girl and they become friends. So yeah, I don't really know what the end game of this anime is, where it's gonna go, where it's headed, but there are a lot of hot girls, so I am down with that. So quickly, we got Ascendance of a Bookworm. I think this is the third season. So yeah, I haven't like kept up. I saw the first season, very solid isekai. Just like a girl trying to like create books. So yeah, that's it for the anime review. Thank you for watching. A lot of shows have been covered. Let me know what your favorite shows this season are. A lot of like unknown shows that are like low key, kind of average. But yeah, the big ones, you know, Spy Family's out here, Kaguya's out here, Shield Heroes here. Yeah, a lot of like solid shows. And I'm very excited to continue the spring season. The first few episodes have been aired. But yeah, definitely a lot of like romance, slice of life isekais this time around. Not that many action shows, but yeah, overall pretty solid.